Hey YouTube, it's Cliff here. Congress just passed a $1.2 trillion bill that will directly affect how you report your upcoming crypto taxes. And today we are going to decipher those changes. Congress passed a $1.2 trillion bill to improve America's infrastructure through a variety of measures, including taxing crypto brokers. The bill, which passed Congress with a final vote of 228 to 206, signals a historic moment for crypto in the United States. In drafting the legislation, senators inserted a provision that changes the Internal Revenue Service's definition of a broker to include organizations that trade crypto assets. So essentially what they are doing is they are defining everybody that deals with crypto as a crypto broker. This means that if the bill is signed off by President Biden, and it will be signed, I can almost guarantee it, centralized crypto exchanges like Coinbase will be considered brokers and will have to report their transactions directly to the IRS. So let's go into some of the changes that they are making for cryptocurrency exchanges. And one, all cryptocurrency exchanges are now considered brokers like traditional brokers like Fidelity, Schwab, Vanguard, whatever you want. So that's fine. Okay, that's great. Number two, definition of digital asset. The term digital asset is defined as any digital representation of value which is recorded on a cryptographically secured distributed ledger or any similar technology as specified by the secretary. Again, cool. Digital assets, it's currency, digital. All right, cool. No biggie. Digital assets are treated like securities similar to stocks, bonds, and certain types of commodities. This has been an ongoing area of debate whether to classify cryptocurrencies as securities or not, so this reporting requirement finally gives some clarity. Digital assets will be treated like securities in terms of capital gains and losses. In the past, digital assets were classified as property and thus were taxed based on gains or losses. So the tax treatment of digital assets is essentially the same as before. You must pay taxes on capital gains, which, again, as long as you're paying your taxes, everything should be great. I think there was quite a bit of fear mongering when this came out. People, anybody in the crypto space, they don't like regulations. You know, they're very libertarian. Leave me alone. If you're the government, I don't want any of your input. But these regulations are coming. There's nothing you can do to avoid them, and really, so far, they're not too terrible. So, number 4 lists reporting requirements. Cryptocurrency exchanges must now report information to both the IRS and their customers. Currently, there are no reporting requirements for cryptocurrency exchanges, although some exchanges may send you tax forms. Typically, most reputable exchanges will send you a 1099. If you don't get that, there's many websites that can help you with your taxes. It's not a big deal. Now, here's where things get kind of clouded a little bit. The following information is now required to be reported to the IRS and to customers. You need name, address, and phone number of each customer. 2, the gross proceeds from any sales of digital assets. 3, capital gains or losses and whether such capital gains losses were short term, which, if you don't know, that's for holding on for 1 year or less, or your long-term capital gains, which is holding on longer than 1 year. Now, exchanges that do not comply with this, they are going to face a $250 penalty fine and up to a maximum of $3 million penalty. Every exchange is going to comply with this. I don't see that being an issue at all. Now, where it gets kind of weird, as I previously said, anybody who deals with crypto at all is considered a broker. So let's say grandma gives you $10,000 in Bitcoin. you always needed to report that to the IRS, but now on top of that, you need grandma's name, address, phone number, gross proceeds, and in many cases, I'm seeing that they want social security number as well, which is obviously going to be a little invasive when you're asking that at grandma and it's Christmas and you're asking for a social security number. That's just a little weird to me, but anyway. Another thing I was thinking of, the mayor of New York recently announced that he was going to be taking his first 3 paychecks in Bitcoin. Now, as they pay him, he technically did not purchase that crypto. So at what point are we able to decide his buy-in price to pay short-term or long-term capital gains? See, that's very cloudy to know what he's supposed to pay. And another instance is miners. A lot of people will sell their hash power, and this is done online, through some kind of medium. And obviously, if you're on the other side of that medium buying hash power, you're not going to give somebody your social security number, all that information. That you'd be an idiot to do that. It raises more questions of how this is going to be hashed out. But the good news is this bill it's not finite. These tax filings don't even go into effect until 2024. So there's a lot of fear mongering. I think people just need to take a step back. Obviously, the U.S. government's going to come for their taxes. You're going to pay your taxes on crypto or you're going to face a felony. That's just how it goes. But as far as everyone getting worked up about this, I think we just need to relax. There's going to be more bills that will clarify what is exactly going on. I think right now we have a lot of 90-year-old geriatrics who are trying to decipher how crypto mining works, and none of them understand, and I don't blame them. So hopefully as time goes on, we will investigate more and we will work out what needs to be worked out, and hopefully we will be happy with what happens in the future. So if you liked the video, please comment down below and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.